In this video, we will be learning After Effects. This will be a very basic After Effects tutorial. I will be teaching you how to animate certain objects. When you open up After Effects, you will see something like this, all the tabs and everything. If this does not look like how your After Effects looks like, then you can either click on this default, or you can go into Window, Workspace and Default, or you can also Shift plus F10. Next you have to click on New Composition. This can be done either from this side, or you can click on this small icon over here, create a new composition, or you can click here on the project tab and you can create a new composition from this side as well. Let's click on New Composition. Composition setting window will pop up. In this, you can type in main. In basic, width and height should be 1920 by 180. Leave pixel aspect ratio and frame rate should be 60. Resolution also leave. Start time code, leave it as well. Duration, we will keep it at 5 seconds and then just press OK. This is how it will look like. The new composition that we created is over here. This is our new composition. And next we will create two folders. The folder can be created by right clicking over here and new folder, or you can go into file, new, and then here as well, new folder, or you can press Ctrl Alt Shift plus N. Or another way to do it is clicking over here. So let's click new folder and name this project. Make another folder and name this graphics. Move the main to project and let's import a file. To import a file, you can either drag and drop from somewhere on the computer, or you can right click in this project tab, import file, or you can press Ctrl plus I. When you find a video to import, click on it and then press on import. This will import MP4 file in the project. Next we will organize it by dragging it to our graphic folder. Next we have to import this MP4 file into our scene. Drag this and import it straight into the scene, or you can drag it here. Let's drag this into the scene. This is our timeline from 0 to 5 seconds, and if you go to 0 and press spacebar, it will play. Animation will play, the video will play right now. Now let's make basic animation. Right click over here, new. You will see text, solid, light, camera. We don't need to work with all this. Let's just click on text. Let's type in something that you need. You can type in anything here. I'm typing in hey. Now we have to align this vertically and horizontally in the middle of this composition. In the Align tab, we will align layers to composition, and then align horizontally button should be pressed, and align vertically as well. This will align this text both horizontally and vertically to the composition. Next we have to set the anchor point in the middle for this text. Pan behind tool, or you can also press Y on your keyboard. Drag this anchor point in the middle and also press Ctrl at the same time. Put the anchor point in the middle of this text. Now this is the first animation that we will do. We will click on Hey, Transform. Here you will see opacity. Next to it there is a stopwatch. Click it at 0 on timeline. Go 30 frames ahead. Press again to add a keyframe. Now at 0, click here, make it 0. When you make this 0, the text will disappear. Now when you press on spacebar, text will get animated like this. Now you can easy ease both these keyframes to make it look smooth. Drag and hold both these keyframes and press F9, easy ease both the keyframes, or you can also easy ease them by right clicking on one of the keyframes, keyframe assistant, and easy ease. At 30 frames on timeline, we will add a rotation keyframe. Go 10 frames ahead, add 40 frames, make another keyframe and make it 360. We can move this to 1 second on timeline. Easy ease both these keyframes ahead again, and it will look like this. First it will appear, then it will rotate. Next at 1 on timeline, we will make another keyframe with scale this time. Go 15 frames ahead, scale it up a bit, easy ease for the keyframes, and take the first keyframe and copy it by Ctrl C and then paste it at 130 on timeline by Ctrl plus V. Copy all the keyframes and scale and paste it one more time. To zoom in and out on the timeline like this, you can either slide this from here, or you can press and hold Alt and scroll up and scroll down to zoom in and out. Next, at 2 seconds on timeline, we will make a keyframe for position. At 230, we will move it up like this. At 3, we will move it down. Easy is all these keyframes. then at 230 we will put it back to the original position. After that, take the keyframe from here for the opacity, copy it and paste it over on this side. Take the first keyframe and also paste it at 4 on timeline. It will come in, rotate, jump, and then go up, down, and then go away. It's very basic animation with the text. Over here on this side, you have all these tabs. The tabs you will mostly use are paragraph to align these text, or you can use character to change your text. You can change your font to any font you like. You can install another font on your computer and then you can change it from here. Let's change it back to Poppins that I was using. It's best to save your project from time to time. After Effects has a saving mechanism every 10 minutes, but it's best to save it ourselves as well. Right now this project is not saved, so we will save it by either Control and S, or you can save it from File, Save As. When you save, this window will pop up. You can name it anything you want and we will save it. Now our project is saved, our basic animation is done. Now all these icons on the top, this is selection tool. This is used to select things. That's all it can do. Next is hand tool. With the hand tool you can grab the composition and move it around, but you normally don't need it, so let's move on. When you click on zoom tool, you can zoom the composition. You can also zoom the composition by clicking over here. This is 50%. I like to keep it at 100%. Next we have rotation tool. It will allow you to rotate certain objects in the scene. Control Z if you made any mistake. Pan behind tool is used to set the anchor point. When you press on pan behind tool, it will show this small cursor thing. This is our anchor point. You can click on it and move it as you like. Next we have our rectangle tool. When you click on rectangle tool, or you can press on Q, click and drag like this, it will create a rectangle. It will create a white rectangle like this. You can go to fill and you can change its color. You can also change the color from here, rectangle, fill, or stroke color, fill color. We will delete this object. When you press and hold on rectangle tool, it will open up this menu. Here you can see all these tools. Ellipse tool to make circles, star tool to make a star. You can click and drag here to make a star again. When you hold shift, it will keep it centered. If you want to make the star rounded, you have to go here inside this. In the polystar, if you want to make this star rounded, you have to click this, then inside the contents in polystar, go to polystar path. Here in inner roundness, make it -200, and outer roundness you can make it 50 or 25. This will make the star look rounded in shape. Change the star fill color to white. Click on star, change its anchor point to the middle. Now select the star again and vertically and horizontally align it to the composition. To do that, go into the Align tab and align layers to composition. Here click these two buttons. This will align the star vertically and horizontally to the composition. Next, the small animation that we can do with this star is spin it. Go into composition settings and make it 10. Zoom out on the timeline. Click on shape layer 1 and let's move it 4 on timeline. Now go to transform, click on scale, add a keyframe here on 4 seconds, and at 4:30 add another keyframe. Now go back to 4 and make the scale 0. At 4:30 it is 100%, so it will come in like this. After hair goes away, our star will come in. To rename this layer, press enter and then you can type in star. Easy is the keyframes. Now at 4:30 we will rotate it. At rotation, make a keyframe, and at the end at 10 make another keyframe, and this time make it 360. We will not easy ease these keyframes so that the rotation is constant throughout composition timeline. This is how it is rotating. Let's watch our animation again. Now let's look over here on this side. This is magnification ratio pop-up. This is the same thing, this zoom tool. Next is a resolution. You can set it to full or half, degrades the quality a bit. Third will degrade it more, and quarter will make it very blurry. So it's best to set it at full. Next is fast previews. It's best to set it at off, final quality. Wireframe will make all the objects look wireframe. Next is toggle transparency grid. You can see the effect when you hide this video. There is a black background behind. When you click on toggle transparency grid, it will become transparent. Let's unhide our video so that we can see it. Next we have toggle mask and shape path visibility. This is used so that we can check the path of the object. Let's say we create a mask of this. You can right click mask and new mask. This will create this path. When you click it, when you double click it and move it, this is our mask. Now when you toggle the mask from this side, you will not see the path around it. When you click it again, you will see the path. Next is region of interest. When you click on this button and you drag a part of the composition, it will only render this part of the composition and nothing else. Let's deselect our region of interest. Next is choose grid and guide options. This will allow you to have different grids and guides if you want. When you press on grid, it will create a grid. You can deselect it. You can have proportional grid. You can have title, action, save. Over on this side, this is effects and presets. There are many effects in After Effects. We can't go over on each of them, but I'll show you one effect. Grayscale. Select the video and double click on grayscale. This will grayscale the whole video. I will create another video on effects and presets, something like 50 best effects to use in After Effects. The preview tab is just for the preview. Same thing, if you go on timeline and you press on spacebar, this same thing can be done from here as well. Play and stop. So play, press it again, it will stop. The shortcut to play the animation is spacebar. If you want any other key to play the animation, you can set it here. You can also include the audio in the preview. If you don't want the audio in the preview, you can click over here. It will hide the audio. That is all for today in this After Effects tutorial. Hope you learned something in this tutorial. If you have any issues, let me know in the comments.